Yo, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Hey, this is your host, Demetrius, with the PPP, Panthers Prime Podcast, man. I hope y'all having a great Monday night, man. I know I am, man. Hey, man, the Carolina Panthers, we're starting to see a little bit of evolution, man, on how they want to move forward with this organization. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of like it. I like everything that they're doing so far. I'm not even going to lie to you, man. Yeah, we ran it back, man. We had the Monday Morning Madness show coming right back to you, man, for a Monday evening show, man. Dante Jackson is first. Who's next? I got my suspicions, man. We're going to get into it, man. I ain't going to hold you up, man. We're going to go right to share screen right now. We're going to pull it up right now. Raw Walk, what's up, man? Hey, man, we about to walk this down right now, baby. All right. So, of course, you guys saw it. If you guys follow Panthers Prime Podcast for any length of time, you guys know when breaking news happens, your boy's going to be on top of it. I try not to miss a beat, and I try to give you guys the information as soon as it drops down on my desk and, hops right onto you guys' platform, hops right to your phone. You know what I mean? Hey, Marshall, what's going on? What's popping, hey, Marshall? What's going on, man? Nah, man, I really hope JC stays and remains healthy long-term and to be a leader over the young cornerbacks coming up in this new era starting, especially with Jackson about to be gone. But who knows? Hey, that's the question. Who knows? You see right now, they don't really care about players that may have signed contracts recently. Dan Morgan has alluded to him not caring about doing any type of reconstructions. He said reconstructions are not advantageous to long-term stability contract-wise, okay? Now, whatever his thought process is regarding that, that's his thought process. And, I'm going to respect it. I'll tell you that much. Derek Brown, watch what I tell. Derek Brown, let me tell you right now. I can emphatically tell you right now, Derek Brown ain't going nowhere. I can tell you that right now. Derek Brown ain't going nowhere. But hey, we're not gonna get ahead of ourselves. We're gonna slow walk this real quick. Even though I gotta be to work at 4:00 in the morning. We're gonna slow walk this real quick. All right. So as I'm looking at Dante Jackson's whole contract, and I'm looking at to try to figure out why would they let Dante Jackson go. Minus the production that's on the field. We know he's been the corporate for, a lot of issues that has happened with the Carolina Panthers as far as, down the field stuff. Past 15, 20 yards at times. D-Jack has not been reliable up until maybe about last year. He was injured. Then this year, he kind of made a little stride, and we started saying, man, look at D-Jack doing this thing. But up under this new regime, Dave Canellis, and I believe more than likely Dan Morgan, doesn't feel the same way. And first one on the chopping block has been Dante Jackson. Now, it hasn't been officially done, but let's talk about it real quick. So Dante Jackson signed a 3-year, $35 million deal. At the signing bonus, he had $11 million up front. Average salary per year was $11 million. Total guarantee was $16,757,000. All right. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent in 2025. Now, it ain't 2025 right now. He's in his last year of his contract, right? Let's see right here. Yeah, his potential. Yeah. So basically, this would have been his last year right now. 2024 would have been the last year of his contract. So when we look at the numbers for D-Jack, and this is why it kind of puzzles me a little bit when I take a look at over the cap when it comes down to D-Jack, because I know if we go ahead and we trade him or cut him, let's actually just click onto his name real quick so we can have him pulled up here. So when you pull up his information on over the cap, I want you to take a look right here at the dead money, okay, for 2024, the dead money, and then also the cap savings, okay? So if we cut D-Jack right now, this is cutting him pre-June 1st, okay? We're going to have dead cap of $9 million, 9.7 mil. But we save 5.9, and that's the number that everybody has been saying all day, the 5.9. Nobody has been saying this right here. Which, and I'm going to show you something, which kind of baffles me that this would come out so early when there's a possibility of possibly this right here, a cut post June 1st, where the dead money is now 5.1 and the cap saving is 10 mil. Okay. So I don't know. I don't understand the thought process on putting that out so early when the option to maybe hold on to him, you know, maybe later on and then, you know, make this happen. I don't know if his contract says that if he stays, you know, with the team into the opening league year, that he's afforded so much money. I don't know that. I don't know that answer. But what I will say is, based on this, it would be advantageous for us to at least keep him to June 1st. Now, same thing for the trade. If we trade him pre-June 1st, 9.7 going to dead money, 5.9. If we trade him, 5.1, 10 million cap savings. All right. So for me personally, I don't know. And of course, you guys may know I've always been a little bit biased when it comes down to hey, that's what it is, right? That's what it is, man. Yeah, hey, you know your name is appropriate. You know, I played Madden, man, and for me, man, this kind of hurts. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I may be playing Madden 24 for a while, man. Unless they get someone that's good, you know. I like to keep whatchamacallit, JC Horn, you know, locked into whoever that number one wide receiver is, man. And he just mirrors him all across the field. But I use a Dante Jackson. So this hurts. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I gotta figure something out. But yeah, man. Yeah, this hurts. But you know, yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. A. Marshall said it's time to clean house. If you wasn't a factor in the last 2 years, bye. That's a fact, man. And I think that's what Dave and Dan Morgan are basically. That's the message that they're giving off to people, man. If you haven't done anything in the past 2 years, GG, gotta go. And I think that's what they're showing us. So I want to show you guys that with Dante Jackson. I think maybe this kind of came out a little early because the savings, you know, for me in the cap, which I'm all about the cap right now. I know people, you know, really don't care about it too much, but you know, when I look at what the possibilities are in this draft, you know, I want as much money as possible to go ahead and do what we got to do. And even if that means holding off, even with the understanding that this here is an option post June 1st, whether it's a trade or whether it's a release, you know, 10 million cap savings, you can go ahead and you can sign some people with that, man, or sign a decent person with that and get that production that we got with a Boodle, you know, Troy Hill, you know, we got with those people, man. Sam Franklin. So listen, there's not much production drop off from those people I just named. A D-Jack compared to a Troy Hill, I think Troy Hill actually outdid him this year. Sam Franklin had a pick 6. You know, you got Boodle that came in. He was pretty good as well. So I'm not really concerned about losing a Dante Jackson in a sense when it comes down to production on the field, because I think that production can be, you know, can be replicated by either one of those 3 players. Now, I don't know what's going on with JC Horn. Don't know where the Panthers sit with that, but that's something that I feel the Panthers need to kind of get a hold of as well. This is something that I was beating this drum last year, and everybody told me, no, PPP, you know, you're wrong, this, that, the other. But I kept saying we need to go out there and get some cornerbacks because I don't trust Dante Jackson or JC Horn. This was before JC got injured. This is before this. This was like during training camp, or maybe before training camp. This is like during free agency stuff that we was doing. I said we need to go out there and get another cornerback because I don't trust JC Horn and Dante Jackson to be healthy throughout the whole entire season. And what happened? You know, we saw injuries. We saw injuries. So, you know, that's what it is. Dante Jackson will no longer be with the Carolina Panthers, and it's unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is, man. Now, take the hit this year and go gear for next year. I feel you, man. Eternal 252 says we need Devon Bland. Dude is dude from Bulldogs. Okay, Georgia Bulldogs. Gotcha. Who do we want to draft at 33? I got Leggett at from SC. Dude's a dog. Run at the catch is elite. Yeah, man. I mean, listen. There's going to be so much leakage in this draft from the first round to the second round, even to the third round, possibly to the fourth. Like, we're going to have our pickings at whatever, and we don't even know what's going to really happen with a Brian Burns situation. All we know is that contract negotiations have halted. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you guys. The possibilities are endless in this draft, and this is going to show us truly how good a Dan Morgan and a Dave Canellis really is. You know what I mean? Hey, guys, we got 13 people watching, man. Let's get them likes up, man. Yeah, let's get them likes up, man. Hit that like button, man. I know it's a late live. I know we got other podcasters that are doing stuff or whatever, but I had to bring this to you, man. I owe you guys. Yeah, I owe you guys. I hope we don't waste that 33rd pick on Burns replacement. Well, hey, there's a possibility that might happen. Because think about this, and we're going to get back to, you know, the other players who I think the Carolina Panthers may be, you know, who may be next up for that good right hand of fellowship boot up out of Carolina. But I mean, think about this: you go through the whole entire combine, and then you tell his agent that negotiations are going to be halted. We're not going to continue on with this. They saw something at that combine. They saw something out there. Or somebody is getting ready to get released that they may be privy to. They may be working up some type of deal behind the scenes. You never know. But all we know is they're not talking no more right now about this situation with Brian Burns, which leads us to assume and to speculate that they're probably going to either tag and trade or just let the dude go. So, yeah, that might happen, man. Heck no, them dudes was getting burnt outside. They did good on the inside, though. I mean, hey, listen, you got to have some type of depth. Troy Hill was very, very, very efficient, man. And you got to think, you know, we had a makeshift coaching staff, too. I saw potential in Sam Franklin. I saw potential in Boodle. I saw potential in Troy Hill. Troy Hill was already a proven asset for us when he came from the Los Angeles Rams. So I have a lot of faith in Troy Hill. Let's see. Hit them likes, facts. Hit them likes. Share and subscribe. That's right, man. All right, cool. So let's go to the next person. Next person, you guys probably already know who it is, but it's somebody who I've been talking about for a while, man. Ian Thomas. Let's talk about Ian Thomas. Now, let me pull up his contract situation, man. All right, so now let me go to this real quick. Let me pull this up. I want to see Ian Thomas contract with the Carolina Panthers. Let's see real quick. All right, so Ian Thomas signed a 3-year, $16.9 million contract with the Carolina Panthers, including a $5 million signing bonus, $8 million guaranteed, and an average of $5.6 million a year, I believe. All right, so do you guys think that he's worth that from the production that we've gotten? I mean, let's be honest. I don't see what Ian Thomas's Troy Hill old, ain't he? Hey, LeBron old, right? Yeah, LeBron old, man. I mean, hey, you know, Hurst can go too. Oh, we gonna get the Hurst. See, hey, y'all moving a little too fast for me, man. But now let's get back to Ian Thomas. So Ian Thomas, you guys can see right now, if we was to cut Ian Thomas, we'll have a $3.7 million dead money hit right now, but we'll have $2.2 million in savings. If we do a cut after June 1st, we're looking at 3.7 and 2. But if we do a trade, I believe the trade post June 1st. Now this is a long shot because his intangibles haven't been seen besides him being a blocking tight end. I mean, this may be a situation where they just eat it because we got doggone near like 1,000 tight ends that aren't productive. So if there's anybody that's on the trade block for me that's getting ready to be trade or cut, it's going to be Ian Thomas. Let's just look at his post June. So it's the same. You know, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of wiggle room in a sense, but I would try to wait until this time maybe, or try to trade him, you know, to try to get something back. I mean, the Carolina Panthers may look at it and be like, man, let's just cut this dude because he doesn't do anything for us. He really doesn't. So, you know, I think Ian Thomas is one of the people that the Carolina Panthers are going to definitely move on from this offseason. A. Marshall said no. A. Marshall, you said no to who? Hurst or Troy Hill? She probably said no to Troy Hill. You mean we're not going to keep all 6 of our tight ends? Heck no. Yo, and we didn't even use them. Frank Wright had 6 tight ends and didn't even use these guys, man. Like, what the heck was he doing, man? You know, Brian Burns, they know Brian Burns' situation. So the options they have, the options they have, man, what are you saying, Dom? Oh, Ian? You want to keep Ian? You want to keep Ian, A. Marshall? It's time to clean house with the tight ends. Facts, yo. It's time to let them boys go, man. All right. So Ian Thomas, you know, I don't see no production out of him, man. He basically got out like a fat rat this year. I don't even know what his numbers are. I doubt he barely broke 300 yards receiving this year. Oh, trade alert. We've agreed to terms to trade, send offensive lineman Ryan Bates to Chicago for a 5th round. The Buffalo Bills did that. All right, the Buffalo Bills just agreed to terms to trade offensive line Ryan Bates to Chicago for a 5th round pick in 2024. Okay. I mean, that ain't that big. Okay. God, I'm telling you, hey, I'm around the clock with this thing, man. I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking at everybody right now, man. Oh, everybody said no. Hey, Dom, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. What you trying to say, man? All right, cool. Let me take a look at this next person here, man, which you guys already alluded to, and that is your boy Hayden Hurst. Now, Hayden Hurst started off the season pretty hot, had a really significant slowdown even before his injury, and I don't know whether that just was because of scheme or what it was, but we didn't see a lot of production out of Hayden Hurst past a certain point. So close. Okay, here we go. All right, so here's Hayden Hurst's numbers here. And of course, you guys know we just acquired Hayden Hurst last year when we got Hayden Hurst, Adam Thielen, and we got DJ Chark. So let's pull up his Hayden Hurst's contract here with the Panthers. So Hayden Hurst signed a 3-year, $21.7 million contract with the Carolina Panthers, including a $6.1 million signing bonus and $13 million guarantee, and an average annual salary of $7.2 million a year. All right. So a pre-cut, cut June 1st will not be advantageous to us. I'm thinking maybe something like this. A trade with somebody with Hayden Hurst, a trade would probably, may do us good. I don't think the Panthers are just going to outright cut this man. It's not going to bode well for us. Maybe a trade, even post June. We saw a lot more production out of Tommy Tremble and old boy and Sullivan. And I don't know if they keep both of those, but I know maybe for anybody, Tommy Tremble will probably have the upper hand, on Sullivan. But just looking at it, I know for a fact Ian Thomas, I want to say maybe if he's not cleared from the injury that he got, maybe a Hayden Hurst. So I'm thinking that a trade will probably be something that they'll probably be looking at, and definitely a trade post June 1st. So maybe get ready for something like that. That's going to save us 7.8, in cap savings. Dead money is only $2 million. So Hayden Hurst may be moved on unless Canellis can, figure out, a good way to kind of, get him going, man. I don't think he's a scrub at all. I don't think he's a scrub at all. So it's going to be interesting, man, to see how they handle him. Sullivan looked like the best receiving tight end last year. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you look at, what game was that? Maybe like the Indianapolis game. I want to say the Packers game. Tommy Tremble, both of them look good during the Packers game. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you look at it from a totality standpoint, I think Tommy Tremble started early. Remember, Tommy Tremble had that amazing leap in Miami. Like Tommy Tremble was with the stuff early, man. So, we didn't really see Sullivan like that until like Indianapolis game, Cowboys. So, I think, in my opinion, Tommy Tremble got the upper hand on possibly being someone that's going to be here, long term. So it's interesting, man. We'll see. Hey, do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let me see. Tommy Tremble was jumping over dudes. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Like he had that dog mentality. Like, and even when I'm thinking about the Packers game, how he like hit that dude, it was like the best route ever that I've ever seen out of Tommy. So he started off, I believe, in the slot and was acting like he was going to go out to the flat and then cut it up in the seam, like straight up the field on like some fade joint, and like caught the ball like almost 25 yards down the field. Beautiful route. Confused the nickel. They thought he was going to go, that corner route or whatever, or to the flat man. Bro, he did. He cut it upfield. Bryce hit him right there in the right spot. That's what I'm saying, man. Bryce has shown us that he can do some of these things. It just wasn't on a large scale. So, Antonio, what's up, man? He just hasn't been shown on a large scale, but he can hit some of these routes. It needs to just click. Like everything needs to click. And I think, once we get rid of all this bad play, all this old mojo that we got going on here in Carolina, and adopt a new culture and a new tradition here, things are going to start to click, man. But it starts with cutting our losses at players who we feel we're just connected to and can't stop. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to this one, and then I'm gonna double back to another person. But we're going to J.C. Horn. I know this is going to offend a lot of people, but we just got to. Okay, we just have to, because I think now we're at the point where we have to look at J.C. Horn. And I did a live last year on J.C. Horn saying, is he a bust? And at that time I said, no, I don't think he is, because, I think that he just needs to, get an opportunity to really be able to show what he can do for a full year. J.C. Horn has not played no more. Listen to me. No more than about 27% of his 4-year contract that he got. No more than 27% of that. His song and dance will be, I wasn't available. I was always injured. And it's unfortunate because he's such a great player. So Horn signed a 4-year deal, $21 million deal contract with the Panthers that include $12.7 million signing bonus. The Panthers will have the 5th-year option to pick up on him in 2024. Okay. So a JC Horn, man, this is hard. I'm not gonna lie because I know the dude is good. He can play, but man. So I don't think we cut him. I don't think that's advantageous, but a trade maybe. Trade may be the only thing that might work if they consider doing it. If they consider, moving on from JC Horn, the only way I see it happening is someone who feels like they can manage his, ability to stay healthy, will want to take that on, give him the right nutrition and, all the other stuff that they do, calisthenics, or whatever it is. All that stuff that they do in the off season to make sure that their bodies are good, for that type of contact. Maybe some other teams, have a better, facility and better staff that can facilitate that than the Carolina Panthers, because it seems like every year of his contract, man, he's just been hurt. And it's unfortunate, man, because like I said, JC Horn's that type of player. He'll lock you down, and we saw it. He had a rough start when he came back against Tennessee, and I screamed, take him out. But, man, once he got going, especially that last game against Tampa Bay, they tried to go to Mike Evans 3-4 times while I was at that game, and they couldn't break the end zone. And guess who was on them? JC Horn. So this one right here is hard for me. I'm not going to lie to you. This one is hard. JC, the production is not enough. Gotta go. Hey, Marshall needs to be the GM because she don't care about. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. This one right here is maybe like that emotional, like, oh my gosh, yo, like, I know he can play, but man, I want him to stay a little longer, even for Dante Jackson, like, Brian Burns, to me, man, I've lost my emotional touch only because I feel like he's being very selfish with the money, man. And everybody's going crazy saying we let star players go, but they don't realize star players, in a sense, are trying to finesse us at the same time, man. And if we give up the whole house for Brian Burns, what are we doing after that? Like just what are we doing after that? So, and Shaq Thompson, you already know how I feel about Shaq Thompson. So, thanks, JC, you're my guy, but I got a point. Got a point, A. Marshall. PPP, yeah, man. We can't get rid of D-Jax and JC Horn. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I believe we can. Think about this: 27% of your 4 years you've been available. You barely was in games that were meaningful. Actually, you weren't in games that were meaningful because you was not in the game last year. That's why we had to go ahead and get what's his name? Josh Norman to play in that Tampa Bay game. That's why we had to go do that, because we didn't have a JC Horn available to us. We didn't have a D-Jack available to us. Y'all remember this. That's why D-Jack was at Frank Wright's press conference. All those players that were there included JC Horn. I mean, not JC Horn, included Iquanu. It included Chuba Hubbard. It included what's his name? I got his jersey right over here. What's his name? Jeremy Chin. It included all these guys, in which, in some cases, were non-factors the year prior. You guys remember I was screaming the cut Chuba hard last year. I was on the cut Chuba and cut Matt Corral hard last year. Chuba shut me up. I ain't saying cut Chuba no more. D-Jack, for the most part, played pretty solid, man, towards the end of the year. Jeremy Chin was found that we can have a decent defense without you. So, I still don't know what the verdict is on when it comes down to a Chin. It don't seem like he wants to be here. And From his last press conference, seemed real down, but it is what it is. I'd rather see these guys on other teams and do well because they are hurting us. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. Sometimes, listen, if you guys know about relationships and stuff like that, sometimes it's best to let him or her go. And you realize that after the let go, you have time to think because you have distance away. Now, of course, there won't be no reunions when it comes down to football players and teams and organizations, but you start to realize that, man, maybe this was the best thing for us. Even though it hurt to rip this relationship apart, it all is going to work out for the best. And I think that's what's going to happen, man. That's what's going to happen. It's crazy how much Chin fell off and he just disappeared. Well, I mean, when you look at, we'll sidebar real quick before we go back to this last person. But when you look at a Jeremy Chin's production, his best year was his rookie year. I think 67 or 78 percent played. And after that, injuries and less time on the field. You know what I mean? So his production drastically diminished. And then last year, it was just non-existent. I don't think no fault of his own in a sense. I think he may have gotten hurt, but, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's just time. It's just time to go ahead and let him go. So for me, unfortunately, I'm on the fence when it comes down to J.C. Horn. So, that's kind of where I stand with the whole J.C. Horn thing. I think we're good with them. I think we're good without them. So, all right, let me go to this last player and someone who I feel the Panthers need to kind of take a look at and see whether or not this needs to happen. I think a trade will happen with Miles Sanders. Let me sidebar before I go to my person. I think a trade might happen with Miles Sanders. Right now, it won't be advantageous for us to keep him or cut him before June 1st, but I think a trade or cut. Yeah, no, it's just trade. It's just trade. Only option for him is a trade, man. I think you trade him. And this is going to be our sign if the Panthers are going to do this. If the Panthers draft a running back, say bye-bye to Miles Sanders. Say bye-bye. Just say bye. He's gone, man. Yeah, he is gone. This may be a situation where after the draft, rookie camp, all that stuff that happens, and hey, I love you, but gotta go. And he already has a landing spot in a sense, which would be Cleveland. Deuce is up there in Cleveland. He wanted him here. It wasn't no good production. Deuce got fired. So, hey, he got a spot if he want to go to it, man. Let's see. Texas quarterback Archie Manning would not opt into EA Sports. I'm sick of them, man. All these entitlements. All right. So, yeah, for me personally, I think Miles Sanders will probably more than likely be traded during this offseason, right before we start going into OTAs and stuff like that. I think OTAs start late June, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's late June going into July. So, yeah, this seemed like the most advantageous thing for us to do right here is to go ahead and let him go. All right, let's go to the last player here, and then we up out of here, man. And that player is, where's he at? Don't hide from me. Shy Tuttle. No, I know we just got him. Let me pull up his stuff real quick. Such a dumb acquisition. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shy Tuttle contract. Shy Tuttle signed a 3-year, $19.5 million contract with the Carolina Panthers, including a 5.4 signing bonus, $13 million guaranteed, and an annual salary of $6.5. In 2024, Tuttle will earn a base salary of $6.5 million, while carrying a cap hit of 8.36 dead cap value of 10.1 million. Okay. It's a tough one right here, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you because there's really no upside to a shot total. And I think out of everyone that I probably picked, this may be the least of the ones that may be traded or cut. But I do think that all options are on the table right now when it comes to every player. So I didn't feel comfortable with a shot total. I think that's why Dan Morgan went ahead and signed. If you guys remember, as soon as Scott Fitterer got fired, Dan Morgan went ahead and, with his power as the assistant GM, and he signed Nick Thurman to be right there in the interior with Derek Brown. So if you're asking me, shot total had no impact in any game, maybe except for one where he got his hand up and blocked maybe 2 balls in one game. So, and we're kind of handcuffed when it comes down to this contract as well, man. Please let him go. Jay said, I'll help send his pack his bags. Let's get him up out of here. Who do you think we can finesse? I mean, trick. I mean, convince. Trade for Sanders. Like I said, I think the Cleveland Browns is probably the best option for us, man. Hopefully they take that big run that he had in New Orleans and highlight it as, getting out of the Frank Wright, transition in a sense and starting to figure out their own thing. But I don't know, man. That's going to be a hard thing to try to swallow. I ain't going to lie to you. That's going to be a hard thing to try to pass with teams who know he has a growing issue. Because listen, he didn't really play up to his potential, and then they forced him on the field after being injured the year prior, coming to training camp, going through training camp, OTAs and stuff like that, and just being injured. And you put him out here with a growing injury, and a growing injury, listen, growing injury don't go away in 3 weeks. It don't. Just bad management of players, man. They could have had Raheem Blackshear out there, which Raheem Blackshear is a exclusive restricted free agent, which I believe that Raheem Blackshear will more than likely be back on the team this year, which will make me extremely happy. I think he's the better special teams, punt return, kick return specialist out of whoever we had back there. Amir Smith-Marset. I think Amir Smith-Marset is a restricted free agent, if I'm not mistaken, or I think he's an unrestricted free agent. No, I think he is a. Let me see here. Hold on. I think Amir Smith-Marset. Where's IMS at? Here he is, right here. Yeah, he is a restricted free agent. Yeah, he's a restricted free agent, and Raheem Blackshear is an exclusive restricted free agent. So I think both of them are going to be back on the team. They showed that they, have enough dog in them, as Dan Morgan has placed it. But let's get back to shot total real quick. So shot total for me, this is a hard thing to swing. You cut them, you don't save nothing. You trade them. I mean, it's a possibility, but he hasn't really shown too much. So I think out of everybody who is a possible to be traded, he may be the least possible, and they may stick with him. Now, going into, the third year, let's see, does his contract void? Let's see. Okay, roster bonus due date March 17th in 2025. Let's see, history. Okay, let's see here. He was 2019 to 2022 with the Saints. I don't know. He's making more money with the Panthers. I don't know if his Oh, he was an undrafted free agent. For some reason, the Saints didn't want to keep him, and we should have did this. We should have picked this dude up, man. Gosh, it shouldn't have happened, man. It should not have happened. This was a horrible mistake, man. Gosh, this was a horrible mistake. Let's see here, and we need to find out why the players have so much injuries. Yeah, man, all that stuff that we had going on was an issue, man. Who was that? What's up, CW? What's going on,
Man, I didn't even know you was live. I didn't text you because you remember we talked.
Oh, you
Boy, I'm
texted me?
like, yeah, I text you and I said, I'm gonna get on YouTube real quick to see if anybody going live. You and your
Oh,
thumbnail
my bad,
came
man.
on. No, you good. You know, we already talked. Like I said,
Yeah.
But didn't I tell you? Didn't I say?
Yeah.
So do you want another projection that I got? I don't know if we talked about it.
Well,
Ian Thomas, go ahead.
Well, I did Ian Thomas. So these are the ones that I talked about. I talked about Ian Thomas, Hayden Hurst. I talked about Ian Thomas, Hayden Hurst, Shy Tuttle, J.C. Horn. Who else? Miles Sanders and Shy Tuttle. Those are the ones that I talked about. And I said Shy Tuttle was probably the least likely to be traded or cut, only because I'm looking at his over the cap stuff. I mean, there's a possibility of a post June, trade, but I mean, I don't see the production that he's made. So this may be just a cut for next year, in my opinion.
Okay, so two of those I think are really gonna. Well, first, again, we can't count Hayden Hurst because it's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
I do think Ian Thomas will be cut because I think we will draft a tight end during the draft. Miles Sanders, we just talked about it. What was that last week's live when we did the whole trade, and it was accepted with the Cleveland Browns. I do think they're going to explore it. I don't think they're just going to release him. Again, that's a lot of dead money. And one thing I do like what Dan Morgan said, we're just not going to go with dead money hell, meaning that we're just not going to just cut a lot of these people. They're going to try to at least trade. But again, with Miles Sanders, the best way to get rid of Miles Sanders is through a trade. You can't just cut him. You just can't cut him with dead money. What we were alluding to this morning when D went live, I was already on the cusp of talking about it last night. When I went live last night, we were talking about it, and I already knew before Tuesday it was going to be, again, like I said, you can't be so tight knit to these players. This regime already said, and Dave Canales said it when D, Twan, and myself were on there. Dave Canales said he is not emotionally tied to these players, and for me, I would give Dan Morgan a standing ovation. He's showing that, hey, I've been in this organization, but I know we need to cut the fat. We need to cut some of these old players out. I did not think D-Jack would be the first. I did think Ian Thomas was going to be the first, but I think that definitely, and I hate this saying, the saying where they say your butt cheeks are tight, everybody sitting on the edge of the seat. Trust me, everybody walking around in that headquarters or in that stadium right now, head is on a swivel. Head is definitely on a swivel because Dan Morgan has had to accept a tough task, and he's showing that he's not playing around with it. And I like that because, again, this should have been done when Scott Fitter was a GM. Yes, D-Jack is a household name, but what has he really done for me lately? I think I've seen a stat. He's only had, 14 interceptions in 6 seasons? Again, 14 interceptions in 6 seasons. Yes, he had over 40 PBUs, meaning pass breakups, but in 6 seasons, he only gave me 14 interceptions.
Right. And the majority of the time, he got burnt, too. I remember more notably in Atlanta. I mean, just got turned all around for that deep. I know you remember that deep pass to, I can't remember who it was. It wasn't to I can't remember who that pass was to, man. But it was just one-on-one.
I'll give you the one with Chris Olave when we were in the game, the second game of the season. And if we stopped there on that third down, we get the ball back. Momentum was on our side. We were going to get the ball on plus side territory. And what did he end up doing? Giving up the long pass to Chris Olave, and then they went down and scored a touchdown when the game was out of reach. So, I know another thing that we do need to talk about, and I think it's going to happen. And I don't know if anybody else has said on their channels or talked about it. It's going to be a restructure, and I think it may be two restructures. The main one is going to
Yeah,
be with Taylor Moton.
I was gonna say go to restructure PPP.
Oh
Go
yeah,
to
yeah.
that.
What's going on, Nick? Man,
What's good, man?
Hey, what's up,
yeah,
Nick?
Yeah,
it's
definitely went subscribe. See, Dougie, I'm gonna be on
yes,
it.
sir, yes, sir,
Much
man. I
love.
appreciate it, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, the restructure with Taylor Moton is going to happen. I don't
Yeah,
know
these
why.
Possibly Miles Sanders too.
Well, hold
No,
on.
Miles-
Hold on. Well,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. Hasn't Moten been reconstructed twice already?
Twice
No,
already. Yep.
once.
I think it was twice.
It's been twice.
I think so.
I thought it was
yeah.
once.
Yep, him
Hold
and
on,
Shaq,
let me
both of them
look.
twice. They got restructured.
So Shaq's was twice last year because Taylor Moton didn't get restructured. He got restructured last year, I thought.
Yes, I don't think he's gonna do it again. Why would he do it again?
Well, the only
There's
thing
there's
is
other options we can go. We can go different routes. We can go.
you can extend it for 2 more years, and then it'll spread the money out.
Yeah.
But then if
You could
you don't
that.
do it then you're gonna possibly cut him as of June 1st, and that's where D was talking when we did the whole simulation of talking contracts and did a mock draft. If you do it June 1st, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball because
Yep.
you don't get that money until after June 1st, and most of your top free agents are going to be gone.
Already gone. Yep.
So that's where I think is possibly a restructure. That's why I thought he was going to restructure once, because that has been the number one. When you read articles, you do your research, everybody's talking about restructuring Taylor Moton. So I didn't really just come up with that. I just did my research and I came with scenarios how to do it. And I think it was going to be done.
It would free up how much? 7-8 million?
17 million. I saw 17 million.
So a restructure with Taylor Moton. Hold on, man. Maybe this ain't. You said 17 billion?
I might be wrong. I saw 17 or cap space. Let me say open up 17 cap space.
PPP, if you go back to where you were at before with the whole team, there should be where you was at before, the screen before. Yeah, there you go. Hit there,
right there.
Hit restructure.
He's the first one right there.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Only thing I did was I just clicked on his so we can just see it.
What's
his
that,
stuff
8 mil?
myself.
6? What's that?
So is that 8 mil?
It's 8.1 for a restructure for him.
How much money? But how much money will he get?
Here's the people I'm looking at. Von Bell, because we have him locked up. Cutting it makes no sense.
But so Von Bell is a new one. We're not gonna cut. Correct. Well, are you sure, Nick? You can't.
And we can't cut Miles Sanders. So you might as well restructure them.
No, trade him though.
You trade Miles Sanders.
You trade Miles Sanders. You can't restructure because we're gonna get one out of the draft. And when we did a simulation last week, what was it? A 4th round pick the Bears gave us? I mean, not the Bears. The Browns.
Browns. Yeah.
It was a 4th round pick, correct?
Yeah, I think it was a 4th round pick.
If we can get a 4th for Miles Sanders, I'm telling you that's a steal. That's a win.
Oh yeah.
Because if you look at the 2 running backs, I think Carolina possibly should get. I'm very high on Louisville's running back. That is my number one.
Hey, hold on right quick, man. Yeah, hold on right quick, guys. Twan, Don versus everyone, man. I appreciate the super chat, man. He says, shout out to my brother Prime and cut up the Brian Burns thing before I report your chat.
So look, I tell Twan this. It ain't no Brian Burns hate, because I will say this. I have a Brian Burns signed autograph on my wall for my corner, and I have 2 Brian Burns jerseys in my closet. I mean, when we talked about this morning, I don't want him to be traded, but again, it happens, and it's better to get something for him than let him walk. We're still Panther fans. I'ma still hope the best for Brian Burns, but at the same time, I don't think it's hate, because again, it's the emotional tie that we have to players, and I've been subject to that. I've been very, like I said, I hate when people talk about J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn has not been given a fair shot. I understand that whole injury prone. I will use that word. Until you prove everybody else wrong, you're injury prone, my guy. And I think if he does come in healthy, he does what he was able to do in a short amount of time in those 8 games with his first year, and he shows out, I think he will get a 5th-year option. And I think he will show that he's a top 10 corner. Brian Burns has had everything at his disposal. He's had a running mate with Hassan Reddick. What was he able to do? He didn't get double-digit sacks.
Hassan Reddick led the team in sacks. I just don't understand, like, Brian Burns hates whatever. This man won $30 million. He just completed his 5th year, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has 1 double-digit sack season. Come on now.
No,
Come on now.
Nick, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Twan said I said what I said.
No, what I'm saying, like Brian Burns he's a great player. He's a great
Yeah.
pass rusher, but he's not that elite of a pass rusher, and he sure as hell is a liability against the run.
And then
He
people
ain't that
also have
good
to
against the
understand
run.
this too. Going into next Monday, he's not staying on that tag because that's eating up money that we're going to be
We
using
don't know
for.
tomorrow. Hopefully, you live tomorrow, PPP.
Oh no, you'll know by 4:00. Now, if you go live before 4:00 PPP, you might be trying to do a 2-parter. But by 4:00 Eastern Standard Time, we will know exactly what type of tag are we putting Brian Burns on.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do it. I got to travel down to Aiken and pick up a school, take him to
It's
Columbia
gonna
to the
happen
zoo.
between noon and 2
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah. Hopefully, I'm taking all my equipment with me, so y'all know
Okay.
I travel with my microphone, my laptop, everything, just in case I gotta pop out and drop a live, man. But I'm gonna be ready. I got the thumbnail ready. I got 3 different thumbnails already ready to go, just in case.
That's what's up.
Bet. Like I said, only thing I'm bringing next week, I'm just bringing my MacBook. I'm not gonna bring my camera. I'll be using my FaceTime camera when I go to Alabama next week. So, like I said, I'm bringing the MacBook, but like I said, I ain't gonna bring the whole setup.
Yeah,
So,
man. So, hey, Nick, let me ask you a question, Nick.
It's
So,
goody.
I brought up and you can see the poll inside there.
Mhm.
So I brought up a couple of different players, man, Ian Thomas and Miles Sanders and stuff like that. I feel more likely to go ahead and maybe be traded or released.
Yeah,
What you think, man?
JC Horn makes 0 sense.
yeah,
It makes
that's not
sense
gonna
to you?
happen.
That makes 0 sense.
Okay, talk to me. Tell me why.
Because you still have him on his rookie contract, and he still has a year left
Facts.
to prove it. He still has a
Facts.
year left to prove it. I think
Facts.
if you replace, you know who's more
Yeah.
replaceable? Brady Christensen. Brady Christensen might be more replaceable if you think about it. It's a $3 million cap save, and we're probably looking into drafting an offensive lineman.
So let me ask you this question. So when we look at, let's pull up JC Horn real quick and let's really examine that real quick.
Indeed, can you? Because you made a sound effect. Why did you make that sound effect? Whenever
When he said it didn't make any sense.
I wanted to hear.
Well, it's because I look at it in its totality of everything. JC Horn hasn't played no more than 27% of his whole rookie contract.
And you remember that's what I said, the 8 games. That's what I was alluding to.
Yeah,
outside of those 8 games. And like I said, I'm a JC Horn fan. And so
I think 13
if
games in 2022. He played 13 games in 2022.
Yeah,
he played
that's
7 games this year, and 3 or 2 his rookie year.
That's 27% of his whole contract. He hasn't even broke 50% of playing. and you know, for me, man, it's like I have a hard time with JC Horn because, you know, I understand he's a lockdown corner when he's available and when he's healthy, but he ain't never really available or healthy.
This was his 3rd year. If he gets hurt this year, now we got a problem.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
But here's the irony. Fellas. It's a contract year. Watch.
That's the reason
Miraculously,
why I was about to bring up
he's gonna have a healthy year this year. He's gonna ball out. And now we're gonna be stuck in a predicament like, damn, he was elite the 1 year he was healthy, but now are we paying him? And, you know, does he go back to being hurt the next 3 years? Is he going to be healthy the next 3-4 years? Like, you don't even know, bro.
That's why. But you say that's a dumb. I was dumb for me to say that. But it's like, why would you take that chance on someone who's showing you, hey, Nick, you got a lot of noise going on. What you doing? It's like you pulling Velcro. It's for me. Yeah. It's like you pulling Velcro, something like that. When it comes down to him, like, why would I continue to take that chance with him when history has shown me that he's not going to be available? He just isn't.
We going that's still yet to be determined. I hear you at this point, but like I said, if it's after this year, I'm saying right now it's still too early to pull that trigger.
Well, I mean, look at this. I'll give this point. Who did we just release? We just released Dante Jackson.
We're gonna release him. Yeah, it sounds like it.
So based off of, and I don't like comparing players.
That means we're not trading. Yeah.
When you really look at it and compare the players, we got more out of J.C. Horn than we've ever gotten out of D-Jack, and J.C. Horn has missed time. When let's just be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade, D.
I really wouldn't even say that. I mean,
based off of
you said we got more out of J.C. Horn than D-Jack
when he was healthy. When both are healthy, who do you get more out of? J.C. Horn or Dante Jackson?
Right, but that's a strong win. Like that win is like that's a strong win, bro.
And I'm not going to argue with that because again, that is what I mean. What have you showed me lately?
Yeah.
What have you showed me lately? And I agree with you on that. But I'm looking at it as Nick made a strong point. He's still in his rookie contract. You're not losing anything. If he does not do anything going into the season and he stays hurt, give him his walking papers. That's another reason why I brought up Cam Hart, a corner that I'm very high on out of Notre Dame. We're going to get a corner out of the draft. I know everybody's crying for Troy Hill. We can bring Troy Hill back on a minimum contract. But I did not know that we have I did not want to mess his name up. The corner that we traded from the San Francisco 49ers and we got off of waivers that had that great game against Justin Jefferson. Do you remember the corner I'm talking about?
Buttle.
Out of Texas. He's still on his roster. He's still on his roster.
Right.
So I'm looking at the room is not terrible, but if you but if I'm not saying you, but if the thought of letting J.C. Horn go, that makes your room very vulnerable. Yes, it's already, with a lot of question marks. I mean, D, let's really be honest. Again, when he's played, J.C. Horn has been a top 10 corner. When he has played.
But I'm glad you brought up these other players because I alluded to them earlier. Boodle, Sam Franklin, and Troy Hill.
Sam Franklin's a free agent, I thought.
I believe he is.
I don't want Sam Franklin back. Sam Franklin is a special teams headache. And what I mean by special teams headache, he's always interfering or doing stuff after the play, and it costs us 15-yard penalties multiple times throughout this year.
He got us a pick six, man.
Get the
He got us a pick six, man, against the Vikings, man.
Okay.
Franklin.
For
that was the highlight of our season.
For that pick six, how many touchdowns did he give up?
I don't know.
Horrible in coverage.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick.
Horrible in coverage, bro. He's good against the run.
Thank you, Nick. I heard you laugh, D. Thank you, Nick. That's all I want. Look, Demetrius, you better know when I come on, I'm either gonna make you mad.
Yeah, you see, like he was trying to put that out there. You ain't gonna make me mad. That's why your mic got cut off just now. Shit, gonna make me mad. I'm cool. I'm good. No, I mean, I feel you though, man. And, okay. So Sam Franklin is isn't that good? Okay, I'll take that. But I mean, you have decent cornerbacks. At least, I mean, come on. The production from a J.C. Horn to a D-Jack to a Troy Hill really ain't.
Do you got your music on? Because I hear your music in the background on my end.
You hear my music?
Yeah, I can hear your music.
Y'all hear music playing right now?
The way the Panthers are looking at it, fellas.
Here, let me close out. I'm gonna come back in. Hold on.
So the way the Panthers are looking at it, fellas, is this: they're banking on J.C. Horn to stay healthy. If he's healthy, now you have a top coverage ranking corner in the league, and Xavier Woods is one of the top coverage ranking free safeties in the league. So they're looking at it like, all right, when healthy, we have an elite coverage free safety and elite coverage corner. So they're just trying to fill in the other two holes in that nickel spot.
Nick, who did you say the safety part? That was I don't know what happened. I can hear your intro music for some
Xavier
reason.
Woods. He was
you still here right now?
You good? It was on my end.
Okay, cool.
Xavier Woods, coverage wise, was one of the better free safeties in coverage this past year.
So Nick, I asked you a question, and I think you were on when we talked about it. You got Jamie Robinson.
Y'all keep going real quick.
Okay, you got Jamie Robinson. You got Xavier Woods and Von Bell. Out of those three, are you just putting Jamie in a nickel, or are you going to possibly see if Jamie can play along Von Bell, or are two of those players the same player that we just named, and you're going to have to mix and match it?
So it's kind of tricky because I think Xavier would be the best nickel corner out of those three.
Okay.
But the thing is, Jamie isn't a free safety, and Von sure as hell ain't a free safety. Von's a strong
Correct.
safety.
Correct.
Von's a strong safety. He can't play center field. Jamie, I don't see him as that center field type either. But Jamie's a rotational guy. I feel like you could put him in certain packages.
He's better at the box for me, meaning he plays better in the box than he plays in open field.
Yeah, for sure. In coverage.
And that's the reason why I'm kind of shocked that we did let Jeremy Chin go, or we didn't utilize Chin, because I'm afraid that Jeremy Chin will make us eat crow, because he's definitely going to look good wherever he goes. I think
the Panthers made a mistake when they didn't tell Jeremy Chin. I've been screaming it for the last 2 years. They should have told Jeremy Chin, put on 10 to 15 pounds, and you're going to play middle linebacker now in this 3-4. That's what they should have done with Jeremy Chin. Have him next to Frankie Louvu in that 3-4. They'd cover so much space side to side. Even with the gaining of the 10, 15 pounds, he wouldn't lose that much speed because he's just that much of a freak athletically.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand how much of a freak athletically Jeremy Chin really is. Like,
Jeremy Chin was a huge...
He's a specimen, yo.
Yes.
Steve Atwater's his uncle. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like,
that's his uncle. Correct.
Yeah, bro. That's some
you took the word before I could say it. Yeah. I would say this for me. I think I was telling D behind the scenes whenever he was like, "Doug, did you see the DJ news?" I said that's where I was surprised a lot of people went live earlier today, because with the deadline for the franchise tag going for tomorrow, meaning on Tuesday, I knew this was just going to be a day there's going to be a lot of surprises. And I think we're not done yet. And I think now, if I'm not mistaken, once that DJ news goes through, we're sitting at 46 million people in cap space.
After the D-Jack move, right?
After the D-Jack move. And then if these numbers are correct, you're looking at possibly 50
after a couple restructures. You can
no. Just with one restructure, you're at 54. You're at 54 with Tyler Moton's restructure. Then if you cut Ian Thomas, that gives you $3 million. You're at 57. So just with three moves in itself, that gives you $57 million in cap space. Whatever we do with Brian Burns, if we sign him, if we do a trade and sign, then you're looking at $60 million and almost close to $65 million in cap space. So it's a lot of work, but I definitely appreciate that we have one of the best guys in here, and Brandon Tillis being a cap god, and that is one thing that I do appreciate. David Temper.
He might be the MVP of our team.
Nick. I'm telling you, people are not understanding. Brandon Tillis is about to do some magic, and people are like, hold on, what's really going on? What's really going on? And he really started today. But again, with the news with Brian Burns, the news with Dante Jackson, they had to see something when they were in Indy, because you just don't allow one of your so-called leaders in a position room to go like that. You're saying you're not going to continue negotiations with Brian Burns, and you let Dante Jackson go. You don't do that without a plan. And yes, plans do fall through the cracks, but for them to make that bold of a move, I think something is beneficial coming out of that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So
1,000%.
I don't know if D made it back. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, man.
It's gonna get interesting, man. Tomorrow is gonna be a big day for Panthers. It's gonna be tomorrow. Tomorrow really is the set off for the off season for us. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's a big day for Panther Nation, man.
Well, the good thing about it, Dan Morgan's not going to let him walk with any benefit of Carolina benefiting from it.
I think
Now,
he's getting tagged. He's gonna get.
well,
tagged.
he's definitely going to get tagged, but I think if
Yeah.
it was in Scott Fitterer's hands, Scott Fitterer would just let him walk. I'm just being honest. I think Scott Fitterer would do absolutely nothing and he'll walk. And I think Dan Morgan knows I have to get something out of nothing. And that nothing could be a second round pick, could be a third round pick. If we get a third round pick, I would be kind of heartbroken because that's not even comparable to getting 2 first round picks for Brian Burns. But if we're at least able to get a second round pick, I'll be happy with it. I would be happy with it. But I'm really aiming, again, like I said earlier, those back half of those playoff teams like the Baltimore. Just imagine Brian Burns and the Baltimore Ravens with that defense that they already had intact.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, but here's the thing about it though, it wouldn't be Brian Burns making it even any better. That Baltimore defense is already elite.
But okay. So I wasn't making it the point that he'll make an impact. I was making a point of where we can get his replacement at the back end of the first round of the draft. I wasn't saying like, oh, he's gonna, be the tip of the iceberg. Like I'm just looking at it as when those particular teams need somebody for help, they look at a Brian Burns that can help, like the Detroit Lions. Imagine Hutchinson and Brian Burns on both edges. That's kind of nasty. Then if you did the Buffalo Bills, I don't know if what they're gonna do with Von Miller with his whole off season and off
he's gone.
stuff.
He's gone.
Yeah. So I mean, but Buffalo North could take it.
If you're Detroit, you just paid Amon-Ra some money. I know you just drafted Jameson Williams. You don't think, like, if I was Carolina, I would have offered Brian Burns for Jameson Williams and the 29th pick. And the 29th pick. And go from there.
So, Nick, did you see that? Because I saw that somebody proposed that as well. So you saw that too?
I saw it on Twitter from one of those Panthers Twitter.
Yep, I saw. Did you see that?
Nah. What was it?
So it's Jameson. Nick just said it's Jameson Williams.
The reasoning behind it is like this: Jameson Williams was Bryce Young's guy in college.
Correct.
So Tua got his guy in Jalen Waddle.
Correct.
Joe Burrow got his guy in Jamar Chase. So it's like one of those things. You feel me? That was his.
Well, see, this is the only thing that was going to be interesting because Dan Campbell was asked a question about Jameson Williams at the combine, and he said that he's a possible. Which, they say things, but he can possibly be another number one wide receiver for them with St. Brown being on the opposite side. But I am with Nick. If we can get Jameson Williams, their first round pick for Brian Burns straight up,
do it.
That's
even if it was Jameson Williams in their second, bro,
I'll take it. I'll take that too.
Yeah.
You better get sleep. That's all I tell people. Just get sleep. Don't worry about it because tomorrow's gonna be here. Look, tomorrow gonna be here. That deadline ain't changing. It ain't we're gonna postpone the deadline. The deadline is set in stone and black and white signed off. Only thing we gotta do is fill a piece of paperwork out. Is he gonna be exclusive? Is he gonna be a tag or is he gonna be a franchise?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll know a lot by tomorrow, man, and it's gonna be crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think we'll know way before 4:00, but I also don't think that's the only news that's gonna come out tomorrow.
Oh no, I think 2 players gonna be cut tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
It's gonna be Ian Thomas. If Ian Thomas is still on this team, I'm definitely gonna hold that against Dan Morgan. There's no reason why he still should be on this team.
Yeah, he hasn't done nothing. He's a blocking tight end that never
out of all the tight ends that are in the draft, they're already better than Ian Thomas, and we haven't even seen him in a Panther uniform.
Facts.
I'm looking at a team like Cincinnati. They got a lot of cap space. Why don't we call them and ask for like their 4th round pick for Dante Jackson? They need corner help.
Oh, so you're still on the I need to know the final thing as well. I'm with you as well, Nick. Are we just releasing them? Are we doing? Because if we can get a trade, if we get a 4th round pick, if Dan Morgan gets a 4th round pick for Dante Jackson,
for a contending team, like a team that's trying to win right now, I think you can absolutely get a 4th or a 5th round pick for Dante Jackson.
Okay, so Nick and D, if we get a 4th-round pick for Dante Jackson, what grade are you giving Dan Morgan so far?
A 4th-round pick for Dante Jackson. Okay, is it high? Is it a high or a low?
Let me see what their pick is. So
Yeah,
go
let's
ahead
see.
and talk, and then I'm gonna look at
So
Cincinnati's
if you go
draft
late,
picks.
if you're talking late 3rd round, then you're talking in between like 86 and so the last pick of the 3rd round, if I'm not mistaken, is the 96th pick. First pick is the 65th. So early would be what 65 to 73, middle of the pack 74 to 85, 86, and then 86 to 96 is kind of the back end. I don't care. I'll take the 88th pick or the 98th pick for Dante Jackson. Shit.
So they have
4th round
what's
is
that?
96 through 128 or something like that.
Okay, let me see something.
I'm trying to find the draft picks right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too, because I found an article.
Okay, how about this?
I got it right here.
The 115th pick of this year's draft. That's middle of the 4th round.
D, you got that third pick with the 80th pick? What you think about that, D?
Cincy?
3rd round pick 80. Yep, you look at the same article I'm looking at. Yep, that's the same article I'm looking at.
2nd round 49 sound better.
No, but that ain't gonna happen. That CC, like I said, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic, fam. So what you say?
If we can get a 3rd round 80, because we got the 65.
I would say 4th round 115 ain't bad.
I'll do that. That 119, I'll do that.
No, that's 115. It's 115.
Yeah, I'll do that all day.
Yeah, 115. I'll take that. I'll still take that.
Why would you do the 115 over the 80?
Well, no, I'm saying if they give either or, I would take that.
Okay, I got you. I'm cool. I'm cool anywhere around the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round. I'm cool with that.
We ain't getting no 2nd round. If we get a second round pick for Dante Jackson, Dan Morgan fleeced.
GM of the year already.
He fleeced somebody. He fleeced somebody.
Yeah. I think a 4-4 5th would probably be okay for Dante. But if we can get a 3rd, that'll bowl good.
So what grade would you give him if he's able to get draft capital for Dante?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give him an A, man, because what has Dante Jackson done for us? Done for anybody lately or done for us lately that can show that he's worth that. So if he can pull off a player trade and get a pick back for him, that's a good pick. Yeah, I think you get an A for that so far. For that instance, that one instance.
Correct. There you go.
Do one thing good on one side and look crazy on the other side.
Hey, listen, Dan Morgan, I got to play for him too. Y'all gonna really call me Slick Nick now. You call Cincinnati, you hit Dan Morgan, you got to hit him with because they're gonna ask, why do you want to trade him? Oh, we're going through a rebuilding phase. We want him to really go out and win a ring. We want him to try and end the end of his career winning a ring. We feel like he might be add that piece for you guys. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? It might just.
Yeah, Nick, you too slick. Nick, you too slick.
Nick, you slick.
We want him to win that ring. You feel me? That's got to be a leverage play.
Yeah. All right, here, Nick and D. Here's the number that I was getting. So, then David Newton said, if we keep an eye out for Panthers to renegotiate the deal for right tackle Taylor Moton, who was scheduled to count to 29.7 against the 24 cap. That's the most on the team. They could save $17.5 million if they release him, but they post June 1st destination, and we're okay with the dead money. So that's where I got the 17.5. It'll be cap space
for Moton.
Yeah, for Moton post June 1st.
Post June 1st.
But if they restructure right now, it's as you saw, it's the $8 million.
It's the 8. Okay. Yeah, that might happen. That might happen.
Which one? You talk about
the post June 1st.
So do you really expect them to do that? And we're supposed to see a better Bryce Young, and he doesn't even have a locked in right tackle? That's just a question.
Well, I don't think from that one move that you'll see a better Bryce Young. I don't have faith in Moten.
Okay.
So for me personally, I don't think Moten was worth anything anyway this past year. But because his contract almost interlocks him with the Panthers, I have no choice but to try to figure out how the Panthers can save some money somewhere. You know what I mean? So if reconstructing or trade or whatever may be advantageous for us to get more capital, then yeah, I'm all for it. Like all I care about is getting more draft capital or more cap space. That's
more
all
cap space and draft capital.
That's all I care about, bro. So however we do that, we do that.
All right, so this last thing I'm gonna say, so I can get a good laugh, so I can end my night off.
Oh,
and I need
I know it's about Icky. I know it's about Icky. Go ahead. I done deleted all that stuff off my computer too. See Icky doing nothing.
Did you see him raise Calvin Ridley?
Yo, I saw that and I did.
What'd he do?
What'd he do? Bro, he raced Calvin Ridley, bro. Icky.
Oh man.
Why?
No, they're trading together. They're trading together. He actually kept up now. Now, D, let's be real. He kept up, but still, Calvin Ridley wasn't running at his full speed.
Bro,
Let's just be honest.
I saw the first 2 seconds and I clicked off. I said, I don't want to see this. My day already done been messed up with him.
What is Icky? What the hell wrong with him?
Icky is a cartoon character. I'm telling you.
You know what we should call him. I normally don't do this, but I gotta give your chat the credit that they deserve. We're gonna call him Rasputia, aka Norbit.
Man, I ain't calling him that. I don't know who said that.
I guess so.
Like I said, that tickled me whenever whoever wrote that comment and said, Norbert, didn't I tell you not to move my seat? That tickled me so bad this morning.
Rasputia, don't do that.
Bro, like I said, man.
Listen, I got a guy that's in my comments right now named Joshua Hilton. He just commented on the Panthers will trade cornerback Dante Jackson, my short that I put up. He said, terrible idea. I said, why so? He said, because I like him.
I told you that emotionally tied. Like I said, that emotionally tied. I have been emotionally tied to some of these players, but we can't do it, man. It's a new regime, and for Dave Canals to say it at the combine, we are not emotionally attached to any of these players. I knew something was going to come about it. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
He said, because I like him, he's not as good as Horn, but we have no other choice on the other side of him of Horn. And I don't agree with that. I like Dante Jackson too, but y'all know my reason for liking him only because of Madden.
Oh yeah. Me and D-Top, because trust me, the secret for the Panthers was putting him at safety. And boy, when I tell you it worked, people be like, you got Dante Jackson at safety. I wouldn't tell people why.
Yes, sir.
But having played free safety, use that speed to cover the middle of the field.
There you go, Nick. Nick the Slick, you using that brain there. That's the reason why we both did it.
This is what I do. I line up in the 3-4 odd. I put Von Bell on the right side safety because I go in the cover 4 show 2. And so I put Von Bell going up the middle of the field. And it's almost in a sense of cover 3 when I get done doing all my stuff that I do. But I use a Dante Jackson. I put a spy with a linebacker who is normally Camus, and I take Shaq Thompson out. He knows that. And I put Frankie Louvu right there at middle linebacker, and I run it like that, man. And shoot,
Words wonders. That multiple D. Okay. That multiple D. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. Shaq Thompson gone. Hopefully. I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens.
I will say this now, D. And this is the last thing. Can you look and see how much his cap hit is if we do release him?
Let me.
I think it's like 5 mil, 6 mil. But I think it's more after June 1st. I think it's like 11 mil after June 1st.
See, I don't like that June 1st. I need your ass gone. Oh, see, D, I need your butt gone. No, D, no, he know, because I don't do that on my show. Because I try to keep. Yeah, I need him gone. If there's a way we can do that.
Let's see, where's Shaq Thompson at? Did I
Right there,
pass
you
him?
found him right there in the middle. Yeah, no, you passed him right there. Stay. Go back up a little bit. He right above Ian Thomas.
Yep. All right, let's see. All right, so cut pre-June. We short. All right.
Nothing.
Post-June, 3.1 and 3 mil.
Oh, okay, there it
is. A trade, we ain't gonna get nothing. A pre-June trade, post-June trade. A post-June trade is the best option.
What about just flat out letting them go?
Flat out cut post-June?
Yeah. No, before June.
Before June? Nah, that ain't good. That's no bueno.
Okay.
Nah, we $6 million dead cap and we 21 on the cap in the red.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean a cut would, still save us 3 point. I mean, we'll save what about 100,000. About 100,000. Just right up on $100,000.
That ain't nothing. That's not even worth it.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah, it's not worth it. The best thing would be a post June.
Okay.
A post June 5.1 mil with a 1 mil dead money hit. So
okay. Well, yeah. Nick and D, like I said, I'm off for the night. Like I said, if you go live, if you go live tomorrow, bro. you know I'll pop. I'll pop in. Much love, Nick. I'll pop in, but I don't plan on doing anything unless it's just really drastic. Like, we traded Burns for a pick or something. But I'm definitely gonna support everybody that's already gonna jump on it, man. So, like I said, go ahead and get them, catch them Z's, and then. Hopefully we don't wake up and it's done as soon as we wake up. I'd rather it be midday. I don't want to be the first thing as soon as I wake up and boom, something drops.
Well, I'm gonna be up at 3:00 in the morning anyway. I gotta get this bus at 4 a.m. So I'll be.
You already know. You know. I'll text you. Make sure you make it there, man. So definitely, shout out to the chat. Shout out to D. And like I say, everybody, stay blessed, stay safe. One love. I'm out.
All right, see Doug. All right, man. Nick, you gone? Nick's still there. All right, Eternal, real quick. We're going to get up out of here, too, because I got to get some sleep. But Eternal said if the 79 season was run-based and following a year, you throw it 40 times, how was that supposed to work? Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Yo, Candy Girl, what's up? Hey, man, we about to get up out of here, guys. Real quick, if you are a member of Panthers Prime Podcast, we will be doing a members giveaway on this let's see here. Where is it at? Let me back up here. Yeah, there we go. I will be doing a members giveaway on Friday, Cash App giveaway. So if you are a member of Panthers Prime Podcast, you will be automatically entered into that. And we'll be doing that live on Friday. So get ready for that. And hey, if you want to join in, all you got to do is become a member of Panthers Prime Podcast. It's only $3.99. Join up, become a member. Go to the homepage of Panthers Prime Podcast, hit the memberships, and hit the $3.99. Great content will be over there. You guys will be included. I just had a members only post earlier today. That was a little interesting, a little clown work, but it is what it is, man. If you haven't, guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. But hey, man, we are gone. This is your boy Demetrius with the PPP Panthers Prime Podcast. Hey, man, y'all know what time it is. Let's go.
1, 2, Bye.